Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, he's the one making faces there, and we're here to watch some Gundam Witcher Mercury. Almost caught myself there with Double O. I'm too used to saying things, just in order.
One of the four Gundams that appears on this channel somewhere.
Yeah, you're watching a Gundam, it all blends together
No,
maybe. No, Witcher
not
Mercury's great.
not to be confused with Turn A Gundam, which is also
So
a Gundam.
So let's at least cover what happened last time, which was Elin had a happy birthday and nothing bad happened whatsoever. That is exactly what happened and exactly what I remember.
Well, to my knowledge, I'll bring that up later. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have a
And more
I
descriptively, Elin and our protagonist both had a fight because there was the big duel over something or oh right, Elin wanted the Gundam, that's right. Uh Elon lost, and because he lost, he was no longer useful and was exterminated.
sometimes I feel like when you say our protagonist, it means you don't remember the character's name.
That's correct. I forgot Suletta's name for a
There you
moment.
go. I just wanted to verify that
I had to
literally
wait for the memory to kick in.
literally the one person whose name you should remember. It's not like I'm asking you what's the main character's name in Double O.
Mhm.
By the way, what is the main character's name in Double O, Griff?
Who knows? Ted. Billy.
Setsuda, by the way, is the main character. I particularly only remember that because of the long conversation we had where I thought Setsuna was a fruit, which is actually a Satsuma for you in the audience.
Right. So, at least at this point in the show, the original Elon that we've been dealing with is gone. His, the true, real, original Elon, who is some rich kid who makes a bunch of people double as him, uh, has been introduced, and Suletta has no idea the person that they've been talking to is gone. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, I mean, a lot of people that Suletta has talked to have been gone now.
Mhm.
Ghoul is gone.
No, he's still around. He just got switched around in houses.
No, didn't we see him, like, pack up?
Yeah, he got kicked out of the expensive house because he has been disinherited. Basically,
Right,
they're
right,
still
right.
paying for him to be there at school. They said,
No,
but he has to go and get his own
my
house.
problem is that in my memory, all I remember seeing was with the suitcases. And I now remember the fact that he said the mercy I'm giving you is allowing you to continue for the rest of your tuition or whatever it
Hmm.
was.
Right, right. So, undoubtedly, he's going to be pushed towards Suletta's side at this point, which will be fun.
Well, I mean, he had already proposed, so
Yeah, it's basically what he has left to go for. So I think that more or less covers what happened, and I don't think I really know what's going to happen this episode.
I mean,
They
I
don't they
do.
don't give us like many previews. It's just like, shall we gun them?
I know two things that are gonna happen this episode because it's hard to hard to mitigate the minefield of spoilers that is Twitter. So,
Give me a mood for what those spoilers are.
did you ever play Final Fantasy VIII?
No, definitely not.
All right, Relena Peacecraft, when she was doing politics, often went to a number of these.
Uh, okay. But what's the mood or tone of it? Is it just like that politics scene? Her just doing
That was the
speeches,
only clue I'm
or
giving you.
okay, fair enough.
I mean,
So
I
we're gonna have
obviously
a
got from the short pause that you have no fucking idea. So, I mean, the other day you couldn't remember Dorothy's name when I asked you.
yep, that's right. Uh, oh yeah, that's right, Dorothy. But
Yeah,
let's
that
go ahead.
platinum blonde. That platinum blonde, I'm like, oh, there's a character from Gundam Wing. She reminds me totally of. Couldn't remember her name at the moment.
Right, right. So let's see. So we're gonna have something interesting happen. Excited for that. What else we got, Theta?
What, in this episode?
Yeah, this episode, other thoughts, topics, what you got?
Well, like I said, I've already been spoiled for two things,
Mhm.
which are stilled images, so, I mean, I don't know what everything is going to happen. Literally, they could, the two things I know are going to happen could happen, and then we could have a Lautner, somebody gets shot out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know everything that's going to happen.
If I had control of the internet when it comes to spoilers, I would specifically pull shit like that. I would say, all right, this is the episode where Laudner gets shot literally out of nowhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of a completely different part of the show and say, hey everyone, look at this. This is what happens this episode. And just leave the surprise.
Well, I think we had a conversation about that in our group chat
Mhm.
for the main recordings, where I was making thumbnails for these videos, and Shy goes, "Don't you think that gives too much away?" And I was like, "Ah, but you forgot. That's not the important thing that happens." I think it's a good misdirect to make thumbnails for scenes that aren't super important, but are really good scenes.
Yeah. I'm still gonna post to Twitter, "Hey everyone, look, they can visit Build a Bear Workshop. This is a great episode."
Oh yeah, false post that. Hey, you remember that episode that Build-A-Bear sponsored and Iron Blooded Orphans?
Alright.
You can now
So
buy Angry Eyebrow Teddy Bear at Build-A-Bear. Just make a whole false advertisement.
I've I gotta get that bear, honestly. I gotta.
The timeline of the Twitter of false advertisement, Build-A-Bear sponsorship, this specialized bear you can buy, and then a fake news article about a girl being murdered at Build-A-Bear Workshop.
Oh, no, okay, now we're just getting too cruel. So I guess before we start commenting on IVO too much, you had one more thing you wanted to talk about, wasn't there?
Well, last week we were expecting a bunch of recap because that's what Japan got apparently in
Mhm.
broadcast or something. But I was completely unable to find the air quotes what was described as a very disappointing clip show. So we just didn't do anything. But unfortunately for me, I had done a bunch of reading on the wiki and such
Mhm.
in preparation to go over stuff in addition to the clip show. And I know I've said this to Griff in private. Since this is a show in motion, where they release facts and stuff on the side around it,
Mhm.
like they have their own website that releases information. Then you have the Gundam Wiki, which picks up that information, interviews,
Right,
etc.
this is a series we can actually be current with.
Right? So all this side information is aggregated in other places, in addition to stuff you and I miss while we're watching the show, or don't pick up on, as anyone who's watched our IBO uh, playlist will note, as many commenters have, we are stupid.
Immensely.
Right.
Greatly.
So yeah, I just went through and categorized a bunch of things that I saw based on stupid theories I had at the time, which turned out to not be true. So just figured I'd go through some of those. Actually, you know what? Let's split this up. I'll paste some of it to you so you can read, so that my voice doesn't just go through the middle of it,
Sure thing. We're gonna call this segment the Theta Fact segment.
and you can try and figure out how I've parsed this information, because it might not work well.
Well, we're gonna try. So, did you want to go first, or
Now you go first, and that way I can help correct you when you can't figure out what the fuck I meant.
let's go ahead and see if we can interpret this. So, the Banneret group is the Delling Rembrandt, or Delling Rembrandt is in charge of it.
Delling Rembrandt, yeah, runs the Benedict Group.
Okay, there we go. We got a name, we got an association. It is a 157 member corporation. The Astasia School of Technology is run by the Banner Group. We knew that. Group has also wields substantial authority on Earth and has been known to deploy mobile suits to quell Earthian protests against space exploration. Got that in the text. Delling Rembrandt was a former employee of Sarius Zanelli as a member of the Grassley Defense Systems. Delling Rembrandt is the father of Miriam Rembrandt, ordered the raid on the asteroid uh, Folk Wagner and Oaks or Earth HQ. Saying these words is hard. During the press conference given by Sarius Zanelli.
which is the thing that we saw during the prequel.
Okay,
You remember the
so now
very end of the prequel? We have the speech that's being given, and then somebody moves on to frame. I'm saying this not only for your benefit for the viewers, because it's been what 20 years now, a
yeah,
little under 20 years. The characters actively look different than they did in the prequel. Like you think maybe 15 years have passed. These people look like 30 to 40 years have passed compared
it
to what they look like in the prequel.
stress is a hell of a drug. But my assumption was always that Sarius Zanelli was the person who was also ordering it and carrying it out. So I guess it's interesting that there is at least a degree of separation
That
here.
gets the way I've written these things, they kind of get enumerated upon the further down you go. So
Mhm.
some of these things will be clarified on further aspects. For
Okay.
instance, Grassley Defense Systems is still currently run by Sarius Zanelli. Sarius is the adopted father of Shattuck Zanelli, who is the open shirt guy in the student council.
Ooh.
He disapproved of overstepping the bounds of private enterprise, such as the assault on asteroid Falk-Wagner, and wasn't aware of it until he had already started giving his speech.
Ooh. Okay. That is interesting information.
His son leads Grassley House. It's also the company that developed Begwehr Bow, which is the mobile suit that defeated all the others at Asteroid Falk-Wagner. So it seems like that technology to just shut down other mobile suits was developed by Grassley Defense Systems.
All right. So we haven't actually seen Grassley pop up yet, have we?
We have. Well,
Okay.
we have in the prequel
Yeah, I mean
as
since
enumerated.
then, since it hasn't popped up again.
Um, well, we've seen Sarius, I believe, show up. So he has been in the show, which means Grassley has. Um, we've seen his son, which is Grassley House. So I guess tangentially we've seen them.
Right. I expect we ought to get some more direct screen time of them, though. That it would be a shame not to.
Well, I'm sure Open Shirt Guy's gonna do something sooner or later.
Absolutely. So here we have
Oh wait.
Jeter Heavy.
Sorry, sorry. Before we move on, I think the reason I specifically included the fact that he's the adopted father of that Open Shirt Guy is because last episode he was saying how interested he was in Suletta, and I feel like it's probably going to be important at some point that his adopted father did not sanction the attack on the asteroid that killed Suletta's dad and everybody else.
Right. It could be a complicated little setup. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, he actively opposed it in the subtext.
Yeah. So Jeterk Heavy Machinery, run by Vim Jeterk, makes sense. Uh, where the ones that declared the end of the Oaks Earth Corporation, of which the asteroid Wolfgangner was a part of, Vim, the current leader of the company, planned to have Delling Rembrandt killed via remote explosive. I remember that. Uh, Ghoul Jeturk, obviously, used to be the head of Jeturk House, but is now headed by Lotta Neal, the name of the dark-haired guy without his Ghoul's brother was actually his half-sibling. Yeah, that was exactly what we saw in text, I believe.
Right, I don't remember it being said that it was his half sibling before, so I just wanted to
It
include
may
that.
have been like a one line and went by real fast.
Right. Any
You blink
thoughts?
and miss it.
Any thoughts on any of
Uh,
that?
any thoughts on this so far? It'll be it so far. Jeturk has been the person actually pushing the most plot, I think. So I think we've seen his rise, and now we're probably going to start to see like his fall of action as he gets replaced by other people.
I mean, other than the assassination plot, I don't know that he's been actively a part of anything that he could take
Hmm.
the fall for.
Fair, fair.
All
Uh,
right.
but yeah, not too many other thoughts.
All right, we have Peel Technologies, which is run by Nevola, Cal, Nugan, and Juanery, which are all the co-CEOs. Those are the Space France people I was making fun of before.
Right,
Uh,
right,
Maria Winston works for them, which is the woman that Elon was reporting to,
right.
and she's a survivor of the Vandus Institute, which is part of the group that was on asteroid Falkvagner. They researched and developed the gun technology in exchange for funding from Oxearth. It's not yet known who is the head of Peel House, being the house in the school.
Right, and real Ellen doesn't seem to actually be attending the school either.
Well, Aelin Circe is a member of Peel House, but is not the head of Peel House.
Right, right.
At some point in his past, they made him an enhanced person and designated enhanced person number 4, erased his memories, and altered his face to resemble Elin.
Hmm.
Still not much is known about Master Elin.
Right, Master Elin is who I'm referring when I say real Elin. I
Well,
assume Master Elin is not actually attending the school.
they call him Master Elin, so
Yeah, there we go. That's probably a better way to distinguish them here.
in the text and that
Yes.
one time we saw him on the show, Master Elin is always referred to, and there is no information about him.
Alright, but here's protagonist information. The Shinsei Development Corporation, run by Prospera Mercury. I wonder who that is. We know who that is. Prospera says that the environment of Mercury are the reasons behind the mask of the prosthetic arm, despite us as viewers knowing she had the arm on asteroid for Wagner. Mercury is a site of permit mining. Prospera was appointed the president of the corporation 3 years ago, ranked 151st out of 157 companies in the Bennett Group. So just barely above the line, using Mercury as the excuse for everything, and over the course of a decade, took over a company. All right, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it's also that we've seen the Benner Group stop funding the lowest companies in the whole organization. I think we've seen
Oh
that
yeah,
happen twice.
right. This puts the protagonist at the underdog position right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's only 6 companies worse. So
Mhm.
at some point they could just get loose funding and not become a corporation anymore.
Right, exactly.
All right, the last couple are just little bits of information.
Give us the
Apparently,
tidbits.
there is a Dominico Corps, which is a special force unit used by the Benner Group, possibly part of Cathedra, which is the auditing organization created to deny the existence of all Gundams. And by deny the existence, I don't mean like Gundams don't exist. I mean deny the existence of, in the way that I mean,
Gundam deniers and Gundam truthers.
no, I mean in the way that I mean to deny your existence, Griff. If I had a weapon to your head,
Right, they're there to exterminate anyone working on Gundam projects.
but I believe Cathedral was created during the prologue
Yeah.
that they announced it. So yeah, they have basically a special military force, which is also the unit that got sent out to asteroid Falk Wagner. And you know what? Here, I'll just paste this to you, and you can try and figure this one out.
All right, let's puzzle one more out. Cecilia Dote, the scantily clad girl in the student council, is a part of the Berlin house. Choo Choo is part of Earth House, but Martin Upmont, a guy who Theta didn't recognize when he saw him, is the house leader. So which one is Martin Upmont?
Don't know.
What's his
Didn't recognize him.
description? Does he have a picture?
Okay, if you want me to find a picture, I'll find a picture.
Let's find a picture of Martin Upmon so we can identify him and point him out, like a
My
Eugene or Chad.
Well, my main thing was not reading the page because it might have more that I know. So here you go. Dropping this in here. Griff, who is that guy?
That is literally a guy who's been in the background.
A guy who I didn't recognize when I saw him.
Yep.
Martin Upmount. I think the main point of that was just that Choo Choo is not the head of their house like everybody else who's been like a main character.
She's just the go-getter is all.
But yeah, no, that's basically everything that I've gathered. Unfortunately, I confusingly put all of my Gundam The Witch from Mercury information on top of my Gundam 00 information. So,
just let the two start blending together.
Well, I was about to start talking to you about the Union, so.
Alright then. So, I think we've at least covered all of our information for Witch from Mercury here. So, let's say we go ahead and get watching. Shall we, Gundam?
ええ、認めます。パラクトはガンダムです。
いやしいな、協定の裏でのうのうと。
汚いまではそちらもお得意でしょうに。それで、そちらのご提案。
Yeah, we're all breaking the rules, so what?
ペイル社にも我々の計画に協力してもらいたい。
Ah, I forgot that Fract was, that's the guy we're just talking about. Sarius.
Wow, yeah, he looks way different.
Well, he had black hair in the prologue, and looked...
He's so old!
It's for a moment I forgot the Fract was, Elan's, Gundam thing.
Right. Alright, so we have the companies working together now with all this new information.
Well, no.
But
that
he's
was
so old.
That wasn't the company. That wasn't the Benner Group. That was Peel Technologies and Grassley Defense Systems.
Right.
I think they say Graisley. I think they say Graisley in the show, but it's written like Grassley.
Yeah. It's fine. I just can't get over how old he looks. You are absolutely right. It's like, it's been a decade, but it looks like they've aged 30 to 40 years. That guy had to have already been, like, pushing 60 when he was giving the announcement to look like that.
Space is rough, man.
He must have had, like, a stroke or something. I don't know. Not to offend anyone who may have had, but, oh man, he looks terrible. What happened to him?
Well, I mean... Well, this is still going.
I guess he has, like, the oxygen. Maybe he's, like, got too heavy into smoking. I don't
Compare
know.
that before and after.
Oh, gosh, yeah, it's such a difference. So old.
ぼーっとしない。トマトに傷がつくでしょ。ごめんなさい。まったく。そんなに気になるの？エランのこと。あれから学校にも来てないって言うし。
I mean, there should be like 3 other versions of him that could still come to school.
Yeah, the next one ought to come in and just pretend like nothing's different. I only think about one thing, tomatoes.
They also on the point to dub her the Maiden of Rebellion.
インキュベーションね。行く必要なし。
I didn't get to read who was the sender.
グループ内の社交パーティーみたいなものよ。だいたい学生で参加するの御三家くらいのものだしね。こんなのに行ったらホルダーのあんたもステージで挨拶とかさせられる。じゃあ来ますよね。え？御三家来るならエランさんきっと来ますよね。
Shall we?
A one person who realizes something bad might have happened to Ethan.
Well, he hasn't gone to school in 3 days, and she's just worried. Oh, hey, it's Barton.
当たりよ。それにあなたたちは
Martin is so fucking under the radar. He was
He
on
didn't
screen.
even appear for 3 total frames.
胸きついんですけど。私のドレス
So yeah, this is the one of the two things I knew was gonna
も
happen.
っと背筋を伸ばしなさい。ニカにもドレス貸せたのに制服のままでよかった。
Because what did that girl from Gundam Wing do a lot? For Piccolo stuff? Parties.
Wow, that's the gamer Gundam right there, jeez. Or, I'm sorry, gamer mobile suit. It's not supposed to be good.
グループ内で事業を起こそうって人間がここでプランを発表して投資を募るの。
For half a second, I thought that was supposed to be that guy's voice.
Is that neural network Gundam AIM or something?
まあお金は集まらないだろうけどね。え？コンセプトが古すぎる。あれじゃプレゼンは通らないわ。本当だ。
Oh, so this is like just literally a day of crowdfunding.
It's like that Jackbox game where you try to pitch your invention.
私たちこれからエランも探しに行くけど、私はブースを見て回りたい。
Oh, I love that one.
じゃあまた後で。
じゃあ。たく、なんだって俺が強化人士の尻拭いなの。
There he is, Master Elin.
他の検体はまだ準備できていませんので、ここはご本人が適任かと。面倒残していきやがって。
He's gonna be completely different.
あの娘が花婿子。ほら、例の魔女なんだろ。
まあ怖い。なんかすっごい見られてるんですけど。気にしない。堂々としてればいいの。でも
Behave confidently. Things Suletta has never done.
お二人とも新規事業に興味がおありで
Oh wow, he looks different without his shirt
だ
off.
からうちのプレゼンにもアドバイス
His hair up
もらえ
too.
ないかな。
4カード17地区の契約取ったあんたが言っても説得力ないんだけど。
ミオリネの意見が欲しいのさ。
I'm confused why Marin
何よ。
is even concerned about the business side of things.
ただの腐れ縁。
I guess because she has to present herself in such a way to
よ
care.
く顔を合わせてたんだ。
When she went on a rant against her father in the middle of a business meeting
総裁の顔見に
about
行って
not
は
giving a shit.
あの子の付き添い。エランに会って話したいってうるさいの。
ミオリネ変わったね。人のために動くなんて。昔のミオリネなら絶対
Having empathy for other people, never expected to see that out of you, man. What an underhanded thing to say.
ほら、行くわよ。
Oh, I expected that to be the drag away scene. Grab her by the arm and pull her away.
残念だ。
わあ、素敵。お母さん、来られないって言ってたのに。
仕事が予定より早く終わったの。ドレス。
Oh, here we go. Family scene.
ゴドイさんもお久しぶりです。
そちらのお嬢さんは。
あ、
It's my fiance.
ミオリネさん、このドレスもミオリネさんが貸してくれたの。ミオリネ・レンブランです。
スレッタの
The daughter of your most hated enemy.
マーキュリーです。またお会いできて光栄です。
あの時はお見苦しいところを。
とんでもない。とってもかっこよかったですわ。クソ親父って。おかげでエアリアルを認可いただけたと思っています。ありがとうございました。
お母さん、ミオリネさんと会ったことある？
スレッタ、お母さん喉乾いちゃった。何か飲み物持ってきてくれる？
わかった。
Wave Suletta off, talk to Mior.
お父様とはいつもあんな感じ。
Again, the daughter of my most hated rival.
聞きます。
だってあなたとスレッタが結婚したら私たち親戚になるんですもの。お嫁さんの実家には仲良くしてほしいじゃない？
I bet you, by the end of the series, that right arm has a bomb in it.
That would be hilarious.
By the end of this series, that arm is going to be thrown at somebody or left in some place, and it's going to explode.
いつも上から目線で説明もなしに勝手に決めて。あなたもあの時理不尽だって思ったんじゃないですか。それに。
Yeah, I wish somebody
Even
would just.
deeper trauma.
I wish somebody would just like, you know, leave an explosive in a space plane or something.
Literally nobody likes her father, so we're gonna see more.
その素敵なドレスも今身につけているヒールもアクセサリーも寮には入らず理事長室で生活しているのも他者から受ける敬意もその全てがベネリットグループ総裁であるお父様の力のおかげなのにって思ったらなんだかおかしくなっちゃって。
That's what I'm getting at. You're never not gonna be the daughter of the person I hate.
I do love how the lights dramatically dimmed and then rose as she was getting darker with it.
That's what they do when they're doing the auction things.
I know, but it was so perfect. I love how it's diegetic. It's in universe. The lighting literally dimmed as it got darker. Oh, they're doing board shenanigans now.
はいこれ大丈夫？
お待ちしておりました。
He's getting older by the second. Now he's in a wheelchair.
I mean, I guess technically everyone's getting older by the second. Oh, that looks good. Yo, can I get a play of that?
What, barely cooked meat? You can tell it's barely cooked by its redness. Actual meat of that type gets lighter in the middle the more you cook it.
I believe this is what we call rare in Texas.
You know, the fact is, more than likely, they're not raising animals on the station, which means it's not flash frozen, ordered through space, and then recooked.
To be fair, they are super rich. They can have whatever they want.
It's people.
僕の方こそ君に謝らなきゃってずっと思ってた。ペイル社の所用であの日から学園は休学してたんだ。出先のフロントは磁気嵐が強くてね。心配かけてごめん。
Hasn't noticed the change of personality at all, just happy to see him. Oh, it's just more tragic.
Well, I mean, Elin barely had a personality before, so...
But that is a personality, lack of personality.
僕も一緒に行くよ。
ニカ、スレッタ見なかった？はぐれちゃったの？まったく、どこに行ったのよあいつは。
ご来場の皆様、ここからは特別プレゼンターとしてペイルテクノロジーズ CEO の皆様にご登壇いただきます。
It's time. Wow, they have a stage specially designed to raise them up.
高等専門学園の将来有望なる生徒さんを皆様にご紹介できますこと大変光栄に存じます。
Oh, she's being advertised now.
それでは改めてご紹介しましょう。弊社
Yeah,
の
why is she up there?
ファラクトのパイロットエラン・ケレス。そして先日の決闘でそのファラクトを見事に撃破した現ホルダーでもあるスレッタ。
They're gonna turn their defeat into a victory. Oh, she has confidence. Oh, that's character growth.
I mean, the theme is playing.
Yeah, this is great triumphant music just before they're about to pull the rug out from everything.
What do you think? They like spill pig's blood on her or something?
No, they're gonna either A, grill her, or B, use her as an advertising mechanism.
家族、素敵なお話ね。ではもう一つ。そちらのエラン・ケレスから先日の決闘中不思議な感覚があったというお話が。
That's called puberty.
変な反応があったんだ。僕と君の機体が混戦するみたいな。君も感じなかった？
いつもより声聞こえた気がする。
はい、ありました。
なるほど。間違いありません。
Here we go. Give us the turn.
これではっきりしました。新生開発公社のモビルスーツエアリアルはガンダムです。
There we go. Wait,
Red.
they just have the spot red lighting?
Red lighting, the equivalent of Bleak's Blood.
I'm gonna say, for a bit during high school, I did like light management for like stage productions. Someone had to prepare this ahead of time.
ガンダムに反応するのはガンダムだけ。つまりエアリアルはガンダムに相違ないのです。
待ってください。
What's the point, though? You're outing yourself, too.
先ほどお認めになられたではありませんか。あなたご自身が。違います。
ガンダムの製造所持はカテドラルの協約違反だ。ペイルはこの責任をどう取る？
ことの重大さを鑑みて、弊社は機体の廃棄と当該開発部門の解体をお約束します。
There you go. They've already covered their butts.
What a bullshit way to out other Gundams. We built a Gundam just to prove that you had a Gundam.
待ってよ、ニューゲン CEO。彼女は自分の機体がガンダムだって知らないんだ。開発者の話を聞くのが筋だ。
なんでしょう。会場の外でないとできないお話って。
父からの伝言です。例の件の再取引をと。
Alright, the half brother.
やはりガンダムだったか。真相は当然だ。
まずいよ。このままじゃエアリアルが。
我々ベネリットグループはガンダムを看過しない。そうですね。
お願いです。聞いてください。
5歳以下を総裁。
エアリアルは廃棄させないわ。エアリアルはペイル社にもジェターク社にも勝った優秀な機体よ。廃棄するなんてもったいないわ。
なぜあなたがミオリネ様？
決まってるでしょ。あの子の花嫁だからよ。
There we go.
Someone's gonna wear the pants in the family.
Well, this is the response to Seletta's mother here. It's like, I'm not just my father's daughter kind of deal.
ただ否定して排除することしかできないの。
排除以外の道があると。
接続お願いします。過去の決算報告からファラクトの機体廃棄と同開発部門の解体に伴うペイル社の損金を1200億と見積もり、その倍の2400億、これを目標金額とした新規事業のプランをご提案させていただきます。
She's in the Shark Tank now.
I mean, this answers my previous question.
により買収し、これらを統合、生命の安全を前提に管理運用を目的とした新会社を設立します。ミオリネさん、エアリアルはガンダム。黙ってて。その新会社の社名は
Come up with a
Gundam Incorporated.
皆さんは今ベネリットグループの業績を立て直す起爆剤を欲しているはず。協約の縛りや
Like I said, this is the Jackbox pitch and invention thing. Now all she needs is now all she needs is
using her phone for it.
she needs to reach 100%, and it'll be funded.
株式会社ガンダムの設立にどうか
Can she kickstart in 30 seconds? Let's find out.
でもダメなんだ。それだけじゃ。
Nobody.
Unless Prosper Mercury does it. Walks back into the room and throws all her money in.
みんなそう言っているのだ。どんな体現総合を吐こうとも、それを裏付ける信用がお前にはない。
Which is fair.
出ていけ。
Get out.
この者維持に付き合うつもりはない。
待ってください。
Throwing off the shoes.
守るわよ。私があんたを。
I don't think stripping for the public's gonna do it.
No, it's the thing you just fucking mentioned, Griff.
I know. I'm just...
You're wearing the shit of your father.
I want to see her punch out her dad. I really do.
何の真似だ。
あなたに投資してほしい。あなたの言う通り、今のままじゃ私の提案に乗る人なんていません。ですから、ベネリットグループの総裁であるあなたの信用をお借りしたいんです。お願いします。
Literally going the other way with this than I thought you were.
She's realizing she can actually use her father in some capacity and not just...
You usually don't do it right to their face.
お前が考えてる以上にガンダムの呪いは重い。
3%. Successfully formed.
Oh, you only had to get to 75%.
And now someone else gets kicked out of the Benray group.
Well, it's either that or the Benner group now has 158 members. No, 156 members.
Right.
Because this is two groups merging into one. By the way,
actually, yeah, that's fair.
Her mother was out of the room. She never agreed to this. This was proposed without one of the CEOs in the room.
She just bought out a company. There we go. They tried to back her into a corner, and Suletta actually saved the day. Or, well, Bjorn
I think the interesting part about this is that Ghoul's half-brother has always been shown to be the good guy, and in this aspect here, he has a villainous ring to him.
He's the new tool, is what he is.
安心してうちの娘たちを任せられますわ。ご心配なく、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Leaving my daughter in good hands. She literally needs someone more confident than her around. Please save her. Save Suletta.
And that's the other thing that I knew was going to happen.
She's been lying the whole time.
It's a Gundam! You weren't going to do it, so somebody had to.
I'm glad you did, because... Oh dear, Suletta just realized her mother's been lying. What does this mean now? Gosh, I'm just trying to form my thoughts on all this. That was, this was definitely an emotional ride here, but this was Bjorn's episode for sure.
I mean, we've gone from...
character growth.
I mean, it seems like we've gone from school antics to business antics.
Well, the two were always kind of destined together, but...
Not really.
So Bjorn... I guess the context is, Bjorn is constantly focused on trying to get away from everything, and now she actually has indulged into the business stuff, specifically, and actually has a bit of respect earned for it.
I mean, Bjorn wants to go to Earth, which we already know is the site of political upheaval. And now they're in the business
And now
world
she
where
can't just run away.
I guess she's like the CEO now. Sorry, all of my knowledge about company mergers comes from the Michael J. Fox 1980s movie, The Secret to My Success.
Next time.
Their choice.
Their choice. Well, they're gonna choose something. Oh, that's a great little splash screen. Oh, that's great. Oh dear, what do we follow up with here? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, like I said before, we're moving away from the school antics to business antics. Specifically, that now they have controlling stake in two merged businesses that are antagonistic towards one another.
Mm-hmm.
While, at the same time, running a Gundam business under the auspices of Cathedra, which is supposed to shut down all Gundam shit.
Right, yeah, there's suddenly going to be a an arc of investigation that's going to happen here for sure, right? They're going to go, all right, we have this agreement that says these things, and we intend to just destroy you no matter what. So let's see what we do.
I just also pointedly, there's no Mercury house here, which means that Shinsei is the only major corporation, although I don't know how major corporations could be if it was 151, but the only major corporation here that we're aware of that doesn't have a house at the school with Peel Technologies. Does that mean that Peel House is now going to be Gundam House?
I guess so, and I guess Suletta and Mjorn are going to be moving in there. That would make sense.
I doubt it. So Suletta's part of Earth House, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's their bucket. In which case, though, I'm trying to think ahead here a little bit. Gosh, I had a thought on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me, I swear. I'll use my brain power to remember what I was trying to think of. Oh, right. So the two are now working together. Both have exposed their Gundams, and now, currently Suletta is already apparently shocked and concerned with her mother, and has yet to learn that the Elin copies exist.
Well, I'd say Elin's whole thing now is merged into Suletta's thing, given that, well, I don't know, Suletta doesn't really have that much of a connection to Shinsei Technologies, other than the fact that they sent them here.
So, Master Elin has appeared on stage, has interacted with Suletta, and now if he intends to withdraw again, they're going to have to put out a new fake Elin. And there's going to be 3 different Elins Suletta is going to interact with, and at some point, this is all going to have to break.
Well, we have no idea where enhanced persons 1 through 3 are, or even if they're still alive. They could be making them as the other ones fail. Next one we see could easily be enhanced person number 5.
Right, yeah, that checks out. But it will be interesting to kind of see what happens, because they need a pilot for their Gundam, and Master Elin is probably not that person.
Well, I don't know that they need one for their Gundam. Remember, they merged corporations, Griff. For in all intents and purposes, Ariel could now just be the representative Gundam or mech for that corporation. Which means that...
Yeah, that they could just, like, refocus onto that. And
which means that Fract is completely unnecessary.
Right. It's still going to be there, and it's still a big, expensive piece of technology. I would think that maybe they would use it, but that's a realistic concern.
Why would you think that? They literally planned to scrap it. They just said that. Their plan was, hey, we'll prove that your Gundam is a Gundam, because ours is a Gundam, and Gundams recognize each other. But we know that you're so super attached to yours, you won't get rid of it for no reason. So our plan is to make amends for making a Gundam. We'll destroy the Gundam, And if we publicly say we'll destroy ours, the expectation is you'll destroy yours. To which the little breaks down and says, it's not a Gundam. Because she doesn't want to destroy her. Right. But, so yeah, they have no high attachment to Fract. Fract is going to get thrown away.
Well, I think ultimately we'll just kind of have to see what they say about it. If we never see it again, then yeah, they probably do.
It's always the worst way to end a discussion, Griff.
I mean, like, it's always just speculation. Until we see it happen or don't see it happen, we could argue all day.
Literally, yes, that's the whole point. You understand it's literally all speculation. Literally, that's all we can do. Saying, let's just wait and see is literally what we come here every week for.
And speaking of, come back next week.
It's like, what's the use of debate? What's the use of debate? They'll kill each other, or they won't. Yeah, but we should probably debate this before that happens.
So let's see. So is there anything else that stood out to you in the episode that you want to cover here?
Well, I mean, what did Jettech Industries pitch?
Right, because they were making a backroom deal. Something was happening, and it was related, of course, to the big exposure thing, because that was their leverage in the situation, right? So, what was Jettech Industries going to get out of this?
It was either that or they were going to merge into themselves. We'll buy you out, because either that or you're about to be destroyed, like what's happening in the other room.
That's actually a good point. You putting them into this position so that they have no other choice but to join with Jettech and give them the technology.
And then Vim kills Benneret, and he's got to be, if he's trying to kill the dude, he must be in a good position in the company.
Yeah, he's in a good position. He thinks that if he kills him, he gets a Klingon promotion, and then he has a Gundam.
Well, then he can change the laws about Gundams. So, I buy out Prospera Mercury, I get the Gundam tech, I kill Benneret on his way back home, because he got here from somewhere, and then I take over Benneret, the Benneret group, and in doing so, I now have the most advanced mecha technology in existence that no longer kills people, which is why it's going to be good for the press, which will lead to, I don't know what the end game here is, because you don't...
Lots of money, lots of prestige, and being in charge of everything.
It's not the end goal.
Power and money.
Literally, that's not the end goal. It's never the end goal.
You're right. There has to... This is Gundam. There is more there. We just haven't heard it yet.
I mean, Benneret himself didn't order the deaths of Earth HQ and the asteroid, the Vandus group, in order to just become the leader of the Benneret group. Well, he formed the Benneret group because it's his name.
Right.
Literally, somehow he became second in command to one corporation, to then become master-in-chief to 157 corporations.
That feeling when the very namesake that you made just slips through your fingers.
Well, it's not. It is his namesake, and he's still in command.
Oh, okay.
It's the Benneret group. His name is Benneret. It's his group.
Right.
I'm saying the other guy, the guy who was against, what do you say, corporate overreach.
Yeah.
He was against killing those people. He's like, we're corporations. We're not the military. And Benneret's like, by the way, I've got a military.
Just a small one, for defense reasons. Yeah, totally.
Well, it's never said it's for defense reasons. It says it's the dominate something corps. Whatever I said in the beginning. Literally, they own the ship that transported all the mechs to the fight. They owned all the mechs. And then, I'm sorry, am I boring you, Griff?
No, I just gotta wake up, move around,
I just took a really eye-opening shower, and it woke me up. But now
Hey, I
listen.
take 5 hours to wake up. Don't mind me.
But here, 5 minutes into conversation, I'm terribly bored.
But let's see. What else is there to say about it? So you did bring up a good, interesting point. We don't know what his end goal is. We don't know what anyone's real end goal is. We don't have a lot of information on the motives of all these antagonistic corporations yet.
You don't introduce the concept of the politics of rebellion on Earth with like the military putting them down. Basically spacenoids oppressing Earthenoids. What was the name of the Domino's mascot, by the way?
The Domino's mascot?
Yeah, look that up real quick for me.
Oh, sure. Let's find out what Domino's mascot. It is the Noid.
Right. So, you have the Spacenoids putting down the Earthenoids, which created the Noid, by the way. Because Earthenoids created the Dominoes. Dominoes.
We have designed ourselves around the institution of Dominoes.
Well, you remember Community, right? The show Community?
Yeah.
And now the mascot of the school was a nondescript person. A being, a human-shaped person that would not offend anybody. So it comes across looking like a horror movie mannequin.
Oh, amazing.
So, in a universe where we're all noids, right? We're either Earthenoids or we're Spacenoids, Domino's has chosen their mascot to be an inoffensive Noid. And every Noid, if you will, not Earthenoid, not Spacenoid, Domino's is truly the force that will bring the Witcher Mercury universe together.
What's Domino's rank in the Benerate group?
It's gotta be like in the top 10.
There we go.
What do you think the pizza delivery situation is in the future? Where all these corporations are fighting one another, literally trying to kill each other. Do you not think
30 minutes or less?
Do you not think Domino's would fight for the fastest ships possible?
We have developed the Gundam technology, which saps the life of the user to get the pizza to you faster.
I would argue the possibility exists, undeniably the possibility exists, that the drone technology used in these fighting Gundams was specifically designed for non-human interaction pizza delivery.
Gotta get that contactless delivery, right?
Either that or those little globe things.
I think we've hit a new level of just absolutely preposterousness. I think that's probably the best point to go ahead and
Oh no, we hit a detour of preposterousness. My main point was you can't introduce the concept of Spacenoids putting down Earthenoid. I don't even know what you call it, insurrection or rebellion, because we don't know what the situation is. More so that they're just put upon with a military force without the end goal being something other than corporate leadership. There's something greater at play going on.
There has to be an ideological motivation behind it.
You can't subjugate what I imagine, I don't know, in the far future, has to be more than 10 billion people without some sort of larger end goal in mind.
Right. So, in that case, we're just literally waiting for them to say, what are they actually about? Which, I know, you hate that, but they need to tell us something.
And that's why I think Green really had the best point of the show, because he was really following through on the wishes of that girl that was locked up in the tube, while at the same time not wanting her to be enacted in pain. That's why he kept shutting her down.
Wait, what?
Look,
I'm so confused.
If you can't follow my 24th Ward narrative...
Oh. You shifted gears so hard it broke me.
Look, I went from Pizza Hut to Community, the television show, to 24th Ward. What part of you is not accepting that my brain is finally firing off on all cylinders?
In that case, I gotta go ahead and bring you to a complete end, and we gotta end this off. So before we go completely insane following Theta's train of thoughts, I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and this has been Stone Faced Reactions. Catch us next time for the next episode. We'll see you all next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?